Hello there, people of the internet. I'm expecting this to be kind of a fast-ish video, but I'm out here with my RTI 2447. This is a Yugoslavian one, and she's got some cracks in the wood, so I won't be out here running this too terribly much. But I made a video talking about whenever I got in this thing, it was broken and not working. Well, I went through and I did some stuff to it. And I do believe that I managed to get it working again. There was some pieces inside of the bolt that were absolutely not Yugoslavian spec. And as a result, we just, well, if you want to see the issues that this thing was having, then go ahead and just check out the previous channel. So I went ahead and I got all the things that I need to put the bolt back in its original configuration. So now we have appropriate firing pin travel. As you can see, the sear on the back of the rifle is all the way forward. So in theory, it should be able to fire now. Now, like I said, I do have some cracks in the stock here. I got a crack right here by the magazine well right there. And I do have a crack right here on the side of the stock. So I'm not going to shoot this too much until I fix those cracks, but I want to see if this thing at least functions. I've already made a video on this thing. The bore on it seems to be pretty damn decent. Everything besides the bolt seemed to be, a-okay. But I don't know that for sure because I haven't shot it yet. So we're going to try and run some rounds through this thing. I have some Yugoslavian surplus. This right here is 198 grain stuffing. It should be traveling at around, if memory serves me, about 2,500 feet per second or so. So this stuff is, it has some hard primers on it. The one thing that I did replace, well, one of the things that I did replace inside of this bolt is the firing pin spring, because the old one seemed weak even for an old Mauser. So I went ahead and I replaced the spring, and I have a heavier spring inside of this one, so we shouldn't have any issues setting off these rounds, assuming that everything on this system is up and working properly. Well, it seems to be actually pretty smooth. Let's go ahead, set a round downrange, and see what happens here. She fired for the first time in I don't know how many years. I mean, these things were sitting in storage for, insert amount of years here. With this being an RTI one, I don't believe that these came from Ethiopia. I believe that these came from Europe. So, okay, well, the ejector doesn't seem to be functioning all that well on it. But then again, storage, maybe there's just some crap or something in there. Let's send another round downrange, see if it ejects a little bit better. And she fired again. Yeet. All right, that time the ejector worked. There we go, she fired that time. It doesn't look like I'm hitting my target. I'm going to try aiming under the target, and we're going to see if we hit it. There we go, we hit it that time. All right, so this stuff right here just hits a little high, and that makes sense. The sights on this are zeroed out for 200 yards or 200 meters, one of those two. And we're only at about 40, so it makes sense that it would fire a little on the high side. Yep, but now we're nailing our steel target. All right, so that stuff there ran all right. Our cracks do not appear to be getting any worse. No, sir, we are, it looks like this crack here has some glue inside of it, and maybe somebody already attempted a fix on that. I have not checked out the cracks. I do not know anything about them, so I cannot vouch for that. But what I do have is some Turkish 8mm Mauser ammunition. This is 155 grain bullets, and these should be traveling at around 3,000 feet per second or so. So let's go ahead and see how this handles this Turkish stuff. We had one dud round, but it fired on the second strike with that Yugoslavian stuff. Let's see how well this Turkish stuff runs. All right, well, that fired all right. And send another round. Also fired all right. This stuff seems to be hitting more to point of aim than the Yugoslavian stuff, because I notice I'm hitting, I have the same holdover, and I'm aiming at the bottom of the target, and I see crap moving around down there. So I'm going to try aiming center target, and we'll see if we hit the target. Yeah, we hit the target. All right, so 155 seems to hit right on point at 40 yards. Because, man, we're just nailing that target down there. All right, I'd say that this Mauser is up and going now. Now that stuff was corrosive ammunition, so I will have to clean this rifle, and that's fine. Whenever I take it apart to go ahead and fix the issues with the wood, that's whenever I'll go ahead and clean it. Now, even though I will be fixing the cracks, I do want to say that just because of the, oh goodness, it's caught me, let go of me. But we do have some actual physical wood missing from these cracks. So the cracks are still definitely going to be visible, but we shouldn't have issues with it getting any larger. So that will be the point of the fix. I don't see any other cracks popping up anywhere else. And the cracks we have there, I'm not sure if they've already been worked on or not. I'll have to actually get in there to find out. But the cracks that we have there are not getting any worse. And she fired beautifully. And I really like the safety on this thing, because the safety on some Mausers is very difficult to move side to side, but this one is not that difficult. And as a result, I can utilize the safety very effectively, and it's accurate too. I mean, I was nailing that steel down there over and over. We'll go ahead, we'll take this out, we'll bench rest, we'll actually accuracy test it, and we'll see what kind of results we get with that. But hey, guess what? I would not mind taking this thing hunting. I did not, just the amount of money I spent on this thing and the amount of headache I spent getting it back in its shooting configuration because it was not functional, I would not call it a very good deal. All in all, I probably have about $500 inside of this rifle, with like everything being said and done, and a lot of time spent measuring things out, figuring out what was missing, what was not missing, what was there that was supposed to not be there. Just the amount of time and money that I've put into this rifle. I mean, this is a $350 rifle. Well, nowadays it's probably more like a $400 rifle, just inflation and people asking more than what rifles are worth. But that right there, especially in this this condition with a cracked up stock and no finish left and a worn receiver crest and just all the things, it's a mismatch rifle, and it was not functional whenever I'd gotten it. All of that does not equate to a $500 Yugo 2447. So I did get burned on that deal, but, well, yeah, there's no but. Thanks for watching, folks. I did get it running. I'm happy about that. It ran both Yugoslavian stuff and Turkish stuff just fine, honestly. Other than the fact that the Yugo stuff did have a dud, but that is the ammunition and not necessarily the rifle. So, thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go and go check that out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see y'all on the next episode.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.